Everyone knows kids' videos are the easiest to blow up with. Kids rewatch the same videos over and over again, and your views just keep stacking. But luckily for you, you don't have to guess what kids like. Hollywood already did all that research for you by creating the 3D animated movies that kids are obsessed with. The crazy part is, you don't need a full Hollywood studio to make ones like that anymore. You don't need to hire animators, voice actors, or professional 3D designers. Because in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a complete 3D animated kids video from scratch only using AI tools. From story to visuals to voiceover and music, all done in just a little over 10 minutes. Every movie, of course, starts off with the story. Usually that's done by professionals who are really good at it, but what we're going to be using is ChatGPT. It already has all the knowledge that professional scriptwriters have built into it, and we can use that to our advantage. So what I did is, I put together this simple template that you can paste into ChatGPT. All you need to do is fill out the insert with whatever idea you have for your movie, and it'll give you a full script and a scene-by-scene guide. That way, you can get a clear picture of how your video is going to look, and later, you'll use each of those scenes to actually build out the full video. I already have my template pasted into ChatGPT, and now I'm just going to fill in this one bracket. This is the only thing you need to fill out in this template. For me, I'm going to go with something simple. A little bear learns to share honey. It's going to be a short, educational story for kids about learning to share. Then I just hit send, and as you can see, it gives us a really short, straight to the point result. It gives the overall story summary, and then breaks it down scene by scene. This is already good enough to get an overview of how the video will look, but what we actually need from this are prompts. Those prompts are what will later turn into the full video parts that we'll use when putting everything together. After that, we need to take another template that I already made for you. This one expands every scene into actual pieces we can start building with. So as you can see, I'm pasting in the new template. At the bottom, there's a spot where you can paste one of your scenes. But I'm just going to take scene number 1, paste it in, and hit send. And now you can see it gives me an image prompt and a voiceover line. So now that we have everything we need, let's jump into a tool called OpenArt and start creating. The reason I'm using OpenArt for this is because it lets you do everything in one place. You can create images, videos, audio, pretty much anything you need to make content with AI. It uses some of the best generation models out there, all under one subscription, so you never have to switch between different tabs or tools. The first thing we want to do is create our initial picture. It's really easy to do inside OpenArt. You just want to switch over here on the left to the tab called Image. Once you're inside, you want to click Switch and choose the model that you want to start with. There are a lot of good models out there, but for this specific purpose, I'm going to use Seedream 4.0. It's a solid model made by people who are really well known in the industry, and it gives you some really powerful results. Now, we're just going to paste in our prompt. You can also turn on the auto enhance feature, which basically allows the AI to automatically improve your prompt even more. Or you can keep it off because this template already gives you a pretty solid result to begin with. At the bottom, you can change the number of images you want to generate at a time. I recommend going as high as you're comfortable with, because that gives you the best chance of getting a really good starting image. Then we just click create and take a look at the result. And honestly, this is way better than I expected. AI has really leveled up over the past few months, and this result is exceptionally good. You can definitely see the Pixar-style look. The honey even has a bit of sparkle to it, which gives the feeling that it's something valuable. That's perfect for our video. And overall, I really love the design of how this image turned out. Now what we're going to do next is create images for each one of the scenes we made with our template. As you saw, it's super simple to do. I'm just going to do one more scene right in front of you. So I'm heading back to ChatGPT, copying the same template I used earlier and pasting it again in the same chat. Now I'm going to copy the new scene that I want to create and paste it inside the brackets. As you can see, it instantly gives me the same layout, but now with a prompt that's customized for this new scene. I'll take that prompt, go back into OpenArt, and paste it again in the prompt section. But before we click create, there's one small problem we need to solve, and that's image consistency. Since we're starting with text prompts, the model might have a hard time remembering what our character looked like in the previous image. To fix that, we just need to download our first image and upload it again in the image reference section before generating the next one. Now we hit create, and as you can see, the new image comes back with the bear looking exactly the same as before, but with all the new details from the updated prompt. This step makes sure there are no differences between the characters in your generations, and it really helps keep everything consistent and high quality. So I'll go ahead and finish up the rest of my images, and I'll come back once all of them are done. As you can see, I now have all my images finished up. I also recommend you star every image you're happy with. You can do that by clicking the little star button on each one. This is especially useful if you're generating multiple images per prompt because it helps you find the best ones really fast. If you click the Start tab at the top, you'll instantly see all of the images you liked in one place, which makes it super easy to work with. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to download all of your final images. Once they're saved, we're ready to move on to the next step. Let's head over to the video section on the left right here. Now, one thing you may have noticed when we first generated our prompts is that the template didn't give us any video prompts. There is a reason for that. First of all, when you're starting with images, it's actually pretty easy to get the model to do what you want just by using simple prompts. In my experience, this usually gives you much better results and visuals that match what you actually want. Most of the time, you'll just want a small camera movement or some simple action to happen anyway. So before we import our image, the first thing we want to do is select our video model. There are a few that I can confidently recommend. The first one is Kling, specifically version 2.5. That one has really good realism, it's cost efficient, meaning it won't burn through your credits too fast, and it still gives you nice looking results. The second one, and the one I'll be using, is Google VO3, the new 3.1 model. This one has insanely good realism and also allows you to use both a starting and an ending frame. That gives you a lot more control over how your final output will look. The last one is Seedance, which is the fastest model out there. It's great if you want to get your videos done even faster. So I'm going to select my model of choice, which is Google VO3, and make sure that version 3.1 is selected. I'll turn on the audio, set the resolution to 1080p, and since I'm going for more of a short form style story, I'll select 9:16 for the output format. For the video mode, I'm going with normal. Even though it's labeled as normal, this is actually the highest quality setting, which can be a little confusing, but just go with that if you want the best results. Now for the starting frame, I'm going to upload my first image. Next, I'll describe what happens in the scene. In the first one, the bear finds a little bowl of honey, and in the ending scene, his friends come to him. So I'm just going to write this. The bear happily looks at the honey he just found. The camera slowly moves around the bear while he's looking at the honey. As you can see, nothing too complicated with the prompts, you just want to describe it simply. Once that's written, I'll click create, and let's take a look at the result. The result came out looking really good. It has everything we described in the prompt and keeps the same art style consistent, which gives us that full kids movie feel we're going for. Alright, now I'll do the same thing with the next scene. So I'll upload that here. I'll again describe what I want to happen in the scene and click create. And as you can see, it looks super smooth and high quality. Exactly what we want for our final result. I'm gonna do the rest of my videos off camera and then come back once everything's finished. Now that we have all of our videos generated, if we go back to ChatGPT, you'll notice that for each and every prompt, it also gave us a narration. And that's exactly what we're gonna be working on next. That's another reason why I just love using OpenArt. You can simply create audio by clicking on the left where it says audio. And as you can see, we get into this simple speech generation workflow. In the prompt box, we'll just paste in our narration. So I'm just gonna copy it over, head back into OpenArt, and paste it in. The next thing we wanna do is choose a fitting voice. Now, I imagine my story being told by this kind of older male voice, something deep and calm, the kind of voice that's often used in traditional narrations. So I'm going to open the voice selection menu. For the accent, I'll choose American. For the gender, I'll select male. And for the age, I'm going with old. I don't need to pick a specific use case, so I'll just scroll through the options. Let's check out the first one.
Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do.
And the first one already fits perfectly. So I'm going to select that. Now there are a couple of settings at the bottom, and I'll quickly walk you through what they do. The stability setting basically controls how stable the voice is, how much variation there will be between each generation. In simple terms, it means, will the voice sound more monotone or less monotone? Since I want the voice to sound pretty consistent from generation to generation, I'll set this one to around 0.6. The similarity boost determines how closely the AI should stick to the original voice when recreating it. I'll just leave this one right in the middle. The style exaggeration decides how much expression and play there is in the voice. I'll keep that one a little above the middle, around 0.7, just to give it a bit more life. And finally, there's speed, which is self-explanatory. It just controls how fast the AI will speak. I'll leave that at 1, the default setting. Then I'll click create and take a listen to our first narration.
Benny can't wait to enjoy every drop of his favorite honey all by himself. Bunny just wants a taste, but Benny isn't ready to share his precious honey.
And as you can hear, it sounds really, really good. It's exactly the type of voice you want for a narration like this, especially for something like a kid's story. What's really cool is that OpenArt actually uses the 11 Labs multilingual generator, which means it supports a ton of different languages. So if you ever want to create multiple versions of the same video in different languages to reach a wider audience, you can easily do that. just ask ChatGPT to translate your narration, paste the translated version in, and follow the same process. You can easily download them by hovering over the narration and clicking the download button. And with that, we're almost done. The final step is to put everything together. So I'm heading over to CapCut, creating a new project, and pasting in all my assets, my videos, and my narrations. Then I'll put everything together according to the story, adjust all of my narrations so they fit properly, and finally add a fitting song that matches the tone of the video. Once that's done, I'll export it. Now that it's finished, let's take a look at the final result.
Benny can't wait to enjoy every drop of his favorite honey all by himself. Bunny just wants a taste, but Benny isn't ready to share his precious honey. Uh-oh. Benny's honey plan got way too sticky. Even when Benny was sticky and grumpy, Bunny still wanted to help. Sharing made the honey sweeter and their smiles even bigger.
And as you can see, it came out looking really nice. It has everything you'd want in a good kids animation. The quality is great, especially thanks to us using both Seedream and Google VO. The narration quality is also amazing. Overall, this turned out to be a really solid result. So now you know how to create a viral kids animation in just a little over 10 minutes. And the best part is, you can do so much with it. You can create tons of these stories, post them online, or even make versions in different languages to reach a bigger audience. And what makes this whole process so easy is that everything can be done inside OpenArt. You can write the story, generate the images, create the videos, and even make the voiceovers all in one place. It's fast, simple, and gives you results that honestly look like they came out of a real studio. So if you want to start creating your own professional looking 3D animations, go ahead and sign up for OpenArt using my link down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.